Hey everybody, it's RawNé Castellano coming to you with a video on the different types of behaviors that both men and women should not be accepting from one another. And the goal is to have a healthy, respectful, open, and honest relationship with one another, whether in friendship, in family relationships, and in also romantic relationships. So let's just get into it. I want to go ahead and start with number one off top, and it kind of will trickle down into other behaviors that may escalate into this behavior. Number one being hands-on. Whether it's slapping, it's hitting, pushing, striking literally with a closed fist, or a slap with an open hand, pushing, even shoulder bumping, hip checking, even kicking, kneeing, these types of behaviors in which it becomes physical should be a no-go. That is one thing where we're violating one another, man or woman, woman to woman, man to man, and it can cause long-term damage. It can cause psychological damage also to people because it can keep their mind reeling. Sometimes people are not strong enough to let things like that go, and then they hold grudges, they want revenge. It can lead into some pretty continuing negative behaviors. So I want to just say first and foremost would be a physical striking or bumping or pushing. It should not be acceptable between friends, between lovers, and between family. It's just super disrespectful. It hurts people's feelings. It causes people to become angrier, and we ultimately want to stay away from being angry. I mean, anger is okay when it can be healthy, but not when it's like intentionally being provoked, like somebody is intentionally being provoked, or somebody's intentionally trying to bring that out of somebody else. It's very harmful, and like I said, it can cause further damage. So that's number one, which is being physical. Number two, sometimes what can lead to being physical is verbal attacks, being mean, like saying really nasty things, calling people names, calling people out of their names. So calling people names, cussing at them, just throwing any kind of even like racial slurs. Like say you're friends or you have a couple who are interracial, that can be pretty harmful. Throwing out slurs or slanders, or just speaking bad about the cultures, or whatever biases might be there. That's number two. What I would say is definitely a no-go. We should not be accepting that behavior. We shouldn't be accepting that behavior at all. And you kind of have to think about what would you do if that were to happen to you? What is your boundary? How do you draw your boundary on that? And I want to say, like, you really got to listen to your intuition. You really got to know your body. You really have to pay attention to the things that kind of make you get angry, or you can feel yourself, like you can feel your energy rising inside because it either triggered you. So maybe the hairs on the back of your neck might be standing up, or you got flushed, your body became hot, your face became hot, your ears started to burn. Just different types of signs for different people when you know that hearing somebody say those things to you didn't feel right, and that shouldn't be tolerated. It's definitely not acceptable. And we want to be respectful of one another in the workplace, at home, and just out in the world generally. You just don't want to bring a negative energy, a meanness into the world, because we have enough meanness going on. So if you can be one to prevent that, and then one to say, no, this is not acceptable. You will not call me out of my name. You're not gonna say those things in front of me. That's not okay. Like if somebody wants to call you an N-word, or whether you're more melanated or not, that can be used all the way around. So that's a number 2. So the first one is being physical, pushing, slapping, hitting, kicking, biting. Number 2 is being verbally abusive, which is calling people out of their name, just making fun of them, doing things to provoke their anger, anything that would hurt their feelings, especially using knowledge that a person has told you against them. Like if they told you secrets or something private or things that matter to them, and then you use that against, and it's used against you, or you use that against somebody, that's unacceptable. It's just spiteful, and that's malicious. It actually is, you're intentionally using that information, or that's intentionally being used against you to trigger and to hurt. It's like using it as like a knife to hurt somebody in their heart space. So that's number 2, verbal. I would also say lying, intentionally lying, is another behavior that we should not be accepting and tolerating from people. It's really important to do our most to live in our truth, and that really goes along with the type of character and the type of person that somebody is. If they are a type of person that is just a liar, or they always have to make up stories because they're hiding some kind of behavior that they're doing, you really got to take a look at that and got to wonder, is that a type of person that I want to have around me in my life? Is that something that, you would be able to trust? Is that a safe type of person? If you catch them lying about things behind, whatever, behind or in front of your face, behind your back, in front of your face, whatever that looks like, but the person is lying. Like, say, for example, let me just give an example. You have a friend, a family member, a lover, a coworker that is telling you something that maybe they did, and they said a little lie to get out of it, and they thought it was funny, something to, share or joke about. That's something that you can kind of see in their character. Like, okay, you might want to keep that in the back of your mind. Like, this person thought it was okay to lie about something to somebody, and then, they're expecting to get away with it, which, in most cases, maybe they will get away with it. But is that something that that you could trust? Like, if you were to move forward, having them in your life, and you needed that friend to go to and to share some things with, is that the type of person that you would want to share those things with? I mean, the only thing I can think of in which it would be a win-win is if the person themselves is that type of person, like a liar, or is trying to get away with something, and they want to go to that person and just be like, okay, just say this, or say this or don't say that, whatever it is. They say birds of a feather flock together, so you really got to watch your flock. You got to watch the people that you hang around, and would you want liars among you? Because they do have the whole saying, guilty by association, and if you hang around with liars, more than likely you're probably a liar. So you really got to be careful with watching that, and just knowing if you know somebody's a liar, think about whether that's somebody that you want to have. But I just think it's not an acceptable behavior, And if we could have people living more in truth and less in lies, the world would be a more honest place. And we can be a part of that. We can make that happen when we can, work hard. It shouldn't even have to be hard work. Honestly, it's like not even to work hard, but just to be an honest person. And some people do have to work at it. Some people are just liars. They, for the life of them, can't be honest, or they've learned it as a behavior or a coping mechanism, or it's just their character for whatever that is. But yeah, so liars, abusers, verbal abusers, physical abusers are some things that should be unacceptable behavior. And I think I'm just going to leave it with that for now. And if you guys do have any others that you would love to share, I'd love to hear it. Those are my big three. I definitely wouldn't want to, I'm thinking about cheating, but, that goes into having like lovers and whatnot. So some people accept that. Some people are okay with that. But for me personally, cheating is a no-go. If I am expected to be loyal and I am a loyal person, I would truly hope that the person that I'm with is reciprocating the same energy and is loyal to me in that respect. And it's a lot safer. I mean, that you're with one person and they're not going to be contracting any types of STIs, STDs, and bringing them back. So it's actually really important on health reasons as far as lovers go and cheating goes. So for me, it's, no cheating, no lying, no verbal abuse, no physical abuse. But like I said, there could be more. I just wanted to share these few that I believe are not acceptable. So like I said, let me know what's not acceptable to you and let's talk about it. I'll see you guys soon with another video, and I look forward to sharing so many more videos with you.